Welcome back to the Jasil and Alex podcast, season 4, episode 1. And we just scared the little guy. He is in my arms. Jasil's eating a coconut.
You took me a very powdery base.
And we've been gone for a few months now.
Almost. December.
3 months.
We said we were coming back like January. Obviously, that did not happen.
It is March 19th, and we are recording
Really busy.
our first podcast. It's been busy, which is good. And things are blooming in our fronts. So with spring. So let's talk about this episode specifically. Let's just talk about what we've been doing while we've been gone for the 3 months. And then on other podcast episodes, we'll talk about the birth of Liamar and his story and things like
I've
that.
been so busy making lots of milk like a cow. I've been taking care of our dear Justin. Leomar Rylan, for those of you who don't know, have not met him yet. He is 2.5 months now. He was born on December 30th. I will go into his story on another podcast. But yeah, I've been busy with him. I stayed home for 40 days doing absolutely nothing, and I was going crazy out of my mind. Been back in the gym now 3 weeks, surfing and walking and doing other things. And that feels really good to be doing that again. And yeah, back with the kids and their routine and their classes. It was like the holidays and a baby being born, like everything slowed way down. And now we're back on track.
I love it. For me, I have been doing lots of things. So I got to fly to California in the beginning of the year and get to do an NBC interview. I also am being a mentor and coach for the TEDx Cabaret here locally. So I get to mentor 2 speakers, 2 adult speakers, and many young kids that are doing TED Eds. And I'm excited about that. It's been taking a lot of my effort, been preparing for the upcoming Mind Valley event that's taking place in July, and been working out and doing lots of back and forth.
Yeah, so we finally made the decision to leave for the summer. We're probably going to be gone for 4 to 5 months. It wasn't meant to be that way, but then as everything evolved, it just turns out that that's the way it's going to play out. And we are absolutely okay with that because that was always like our long-term plan, was to kind of be here half the year in other places. So we plan to be in a couple of countries in Europe and then probably a couple of countries in Central or South America. We will see. We kind of just go with the flow, see where we end up. So there's a couple of countries that are like set in stone, like we have to go there. The other ones are kind of like, okay, we'll see what we pop into, what we get into. And I'm kind of the planner behind that. So I'm slowly starting to formulate an itinerary and get an idea as far as like where we're going. But one of our main focuses during these travels, aside from Alex's speaking on stages and doing trainings and things like that, is getting Gracie to surf in different oceans, different waters, different conditions. And us too, because I mean, I've gotten back into surfing and man, it's like day 2 again. Like I know what I have to do, but I just cannot seem to do it right. And it's been quite humbling. So I'm ready to surf in other places. I'm ready to have fun and experience that. I think it's going to be really cool as a family to all of us do something that we can all do. Because even down to even Lumi surfs. So it's going to be really fun. I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited to leave for the absolute heat that this country is during the summer. It is so bad here because it's not just hot, it's also very humid. And being pregnant last summer and being here, I did not completely enjoy that. So I'm looking forward to leave. Even though it's hot in other places, it's just here it hit different.
Yeah, we're next to the equator, so it definitely is totally different heat. But that's what we love to do. That's what we are good at. We're good at traveling and making babies. And definitely, no, I joke, but seriously, we're excited to be able to get
He's
back to
joking, but he's
traveling.
not joking.
And part of the traveling, we teach our kids a lot through our travels. And one of our challenges here in the Dominican Republic, as we've settled back in, was schooling them or unschooling them and having experiential learning compared to when we were traveling full
Well, it's
time
just
at the
different
time.
phases. And, I'm currently creating my unschooling PDF, and it won't just be for families who want to unschool, it also will pertain to people who homeschool. I talk about our structure, I talk about our systems, how we make things work. And one of the biggest takeaways here is exactly what you just said is knowing that in life there's going to be different phases. Like there's going to be phases where you can, engage them with everything around them and they're learning in that way. And then there's places like this where you slow down so much and you're like, oh my gosh, we're not going to like the museums and we're not seeing the history. Like, what are they learning? What are we doing? But the thing is that with life, there is always learning in all you do. So here, they've learned how to be more present in their schedules and their activities and the home life versus, what we would consider subject learning, even though that still happens in day to day. So yeah, it's just knowing like life goes in phases and it's not wrong or right. It's just it is what it is at the time. But when you look back and at life and like what's the word? No, the word's not coming. But like instead of just looking at last week or last month, you're looking at it like 5 years or the last 10
A
years.
period of time.
Period of time. There we go. My mind absolutely blank there.
I'm here for you, baby.
You look back at life as periods of time, then you realize that a lot of learning did happen in those 5 years, even if you had one very slow year. Like I've had many babies. Every time I have a baby, like life significantly slows down. Sometimes for a really long time. Sometimes this time it wasn't that long. Like it literally took the 6 weeks. And I was like, I am done. I'm ready to jump back into everything. So it just depends. Like there's been kids I have, you know, where I've given birth and it takes us like 4 months to find our routine again. So yeah, don't look at your life as just what did they learn last week or last month? Like what did they learn in the last year? You know?
It's also about, just on your last topic there, it's about honoring the cycle that you're in too, and
Yeah.
being with it, and just being present as much as you can in that process, because nothing is forever. I wanted to say something because I don't want to forget it. There's a couple things that I just want to throw out there we can talk about. First of all, for me, I completed my master's degree. So that is huge off the plate.
Degree in what?
And transformational leadership. So I did, when Liam was alive and we were traveling, I started doing my master's degree, and
October 2024.
24. And I can work with corporations and helping them with their leadership challenges and their organizational challenges. And I can also work with people and individuals with regards to transformational leadership. So I'm really excited about that. That is done. We are finished and on to the next thing. But the big thing that I wanted to talk about, dun, dun, dun. Giselle is no longer on social media. And a lot of people, the reason why I'm bringing this up, oh, no, not yet. Um, the big thing that I want to talk about this, I've had many people, like hands full of people say, where's your wife? Did she block me? No. Is she okay? And
Well,
can you talk about this?
yeah, I'm actually doing really well. No, I did not block anyone. I am not that person. I will only block you if you're like absolutely nasty on my page and leaving comments, which leads to one of the reasons why I left Instagram. With everything with Liam that happened and whatnot, what people create their own stories in their heads of what kind of parents we are and what we've done and what we didn't do and what we should have done. A lot of people that left really nasty comments to me about me being a horrible parent, about me not caring about my kids, etc. I'm not going to go into the details of it all, but you can imagine the worst things you can say to a grieving mother people did. They don't care. This is unfortunately the online world we live in is people think that their words don't mean anything and they don't affect people, not knowing like at the end of your comment is another human just like you. So I asked myself, why am I really in this space? What am I doing here? Like, why am I showing up here? And the whole point behind it before was I was really sharing about our travels and our life and things like that. And then, naturally Liam passed away. So I kept sharing about that because I was already sharing about our life. But the responses I was receiving, and yes, there was hundreds of people who were also very kind, but those few,
Thousands of
yeah,
people, not hundreds, thousands of people that were very
yes.
kind.
But the point is, like, those few comments and those things, like, I'm human, they get to me. They were affecting my day to day, like, just thinking about those comments, thinking about what people said, talking about it late at night, and I just asked myself one day, like, "Is this really the conversations and the things that I want to occupy my mind with and my thoughts?" And I was like, "Absolutely not." So I'm going to exit from this. I no longer want to play a part of this, and that's why I deleted all my social media. And it's not forever. I was just like, I'm going to take a break till something changes. I have something better to offer or something else to talk about online. I don't no longer want to speak about like Liam or his death or my grieving in the way that I was because it garners that negative attention. And I'm not interested in that type of attention. So, like I said, I'm working on other projects. I have other things coming. And when the time feels right, I will come back online with those offerings and those things to share with other families and parents and share tidbits of our lives as well. Because, like we said, we will continue traveling and doing fun things. And I know that a lot of our audience enjoy following us for that as well.
Yeah. So let's dive into just a 100 or 30,000 foot view. Like you're on an airplane. What's coming up in the next year for us?
Um,
And then we'll close this podcast
I
out.
mean, we're gonna move out of this house we're living in. Doesn't make sense to keep it because people are gonna come move into it at the end of the year. So we're just gonna go ahead and be homeless for a few months, leave our stuff in storage, come back, have to find a new place. No idea where, but somewhere near the waves where our son can continue to surf every day. Yeah, we're gonna be in Estonia, in Spain, El Salvador, maybe some other places. No, know yet. Then we come back, get a place, settle in. Alex has a couple of jobs and gigs along the way that he has to fulfill, speaking on stages and whatnot. And then there's some friends coming in November.
Yeah.
And then there's the holidays again and the new year. And I'm just like, whoa, that's the end of the year. And that's it. And we did it again. Another year down.
I love it. For me, just to hit on a little bit, have been very fortunate. I got a few opportunities to teach people how to publicly speak. It's something I did in the military.
And then mine wants to be part of this podcast too. You can hear other little baby coos.
Absolutely. And he's smiling and he's looking at us in our eyes. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Maybe Alex actually uploads this video on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I absolutely love it. And so getting to help people publicly speak, what I'm doing right now with the TEDx. So we're closed up the TEDx early this year. And then the big pieces for me, there's three main pieces that I wanted to just share was I'm going on Mind Valley, so I'm tying up that talk. I am writing a book and I am aiming for that to be finished before the Mind Valley stage so I can release it there. And then lastly, myself and two friends of mine, which I love dearly and love their work, are hosting a retreat, a men's retreat for high performing men who know what they're good at in their job, but lack identity external to it, and helping them work through the challenges and slowing down and seeing what the operating systems, those factory settings, so to speak, are so we can help them guide.
That's coming in December here. There's already a website up.
Yeah.
Alex's Instagram.
It is www.thebreakthroughcollectivedr.com. And those dates are December 5th through the 10th.
Lil Maris been cracking up this whole time watching Alex talk. He's like, yes, talk more, daddy.
So that's us in a nutshell. The last 3.5 months have been just really staying where our feet are as much as possible, really enjoying our newest addition to the family, who has been such a beautiful medicine for all of us. The kids are loving him. They're fighting over him. They don't want to ever put him down. They want to.
I've been told that I'm not the mom, that I need to leave, that the baby's not mine by my own daughters. Been told lots of things about this child by my own daughters because they want him so bad, and I'm like, "Well, I gotta take care of the baby," and they're like, "It's not your baby." I'm like, I think it is."
So it's been beautiful, and
So satisfying.
it's been refreshing to be able to step away from this space and the social media space. And I would encourage anybody that's listening to do some similar type of sabbatical for a week or two to clear your mind, to get clear
Yeah,
as
what do
you.
you want? Your desires when you why do you show up on social media? What's your purpose on there, right? It's just becomes something that we're so used to just being on all the time that sometimes we lose focus on why we're on it. And like initially, a lot of us have come onto Instagram like, oh, I want to be a creator, I want to sell something, this, that. But then a lot of us are just on there consuming it daily, not really making anything of it. And that was like my realization. I was like, I'm not actually making money from this. I'm not creating like, yes, I'm sharing my life and I'm trying to inspire people. But I just hit this point that I was like, okay, I need to reevaluate my
There's
relationship now.
yeah, there's different entry points to it all, and sometimes we just have to evaluate the entry point and see if it aligns for who we are. And we go through phases, right? All of us do. And sometimes one phase may shift and that no longer serves you, and you're looking for the next way. So that's what you're.
And the kids have all been doing I mean, they're doing amazing, yes. And we're also like hitting different stages of parenting all the time, you know? And Grayson has turned into this like OCD old man who wants the house clean and no sand on the floor ever. And I find that very interesting because he's a surfer. And then he's like, well, in the water, there's never sand on me. He's like, I actually hate sand. I was like, but you love surfing. He's like, yes, but I don't like the sand. So if he's walking barefoot in the house and he feels like there's too much whatever dust on the floor, he starts muttering under his breath, like, oh, this floor's still dirty, so nasty. Why can't people clean it up? And I just find it funny. It's amusing because the house is pretty clean most of the time.
Yeah.
And yeah, but he's been really into his surfing. He's been really good, like improving a lot. He still has some fears and things, but you know, he's doing the best he can and he's working around that where like in a sense we want him to do what he does what he likes, but we're not putting pressure on him like you have to do this. We're just like, look, dude, if you want to do it, we're here to support you. And this isn't what you want to do, then got it. He recently quit soccer. He told his coach because he really wants to focus on surfing, have more time for that, but also the culture of the team wasn't exactly what he hoped it would be. So he decided to step away from that. Caden still loves soccer, so he's still there. He's playing soccer. He's doing parkour once a week. He also wanted more time home, so he took a day off of his extracurriculars so he could spend more time baking and in the kitchen because that's another of his passions. And the girls are doing gymnastics and just doing lots of free play, like
And
spent
refining their leadership.
well, I mean, Linneval has no refining to do. She is a leader. She will boss everyone and anyone around that she can. Um, but yeah, the girls, they're still at that age where they spend hours and hours just free playing, you know, like they're at home just exploring, playing with their imaginations, making their own little houses and tents and playing with their stuffed animals and whatnot. And they're always into something. They're always doing something. So home life has been pretty cool, pretty good, easy going. I don't have any complaints about anything other than gym is at 7:30 AM. No, I actually enjoy that we get up early and that we do our routine and every like I get by 9 o'clock, I'm like, I already went to the gym. This is amazing.
Yeah.
Um, but there are some days that I wish I could have slept just a little bit more. But it also helps because the baby's usually up sometime around then. So then I'm like, well, I'm already up. I might as well stay up. And then he's kind of in that sleepy phase in the morning. So it's very nice to be able to get my workout in. early mornings because I was not able to do that when I was at home with all the kids by myself and my husband was working. So definitely something different for us.
I love it. I love it. Hope you enjoyed this one, and we look forward to the next one.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
I don't know where to stop.